and really far away from the camera. So today I'm going to be doing another Instagram photo editing kind of tips kind of video. I thought I would do one on like my top apps and top effects to make like a boring photo cool. So say you've got like a photo and you're like, this is like an okay photo, but I feel like I could make it cooler, you know, like add some effects, make it a bit more something, you know, because I feel like I do this quite a lot on my photos, whether they're boring or not. I do add some effects to my photos, and you guys always ask what they are, so I thought it would be a good video just to break down this specific thing of like cool effects for photos. So by that I'm talking about scratchy graininess, which I have done one of those videos before, but I've got a new app which I really like, so I want to show you that one. So just all about how to get scratchy grainy effects on your photos, and also how to get like a kind of RGB, or like, you know, when the colours come out. What else? It's almost like a glitch-ish, kind of. I don't know, you'll see what I mean. So I'm just gonna record my phone screen and I'm gonna put it here. Okay, so the photo I'm gonna use, because I did put a lot of scratchiness on this, is this photo right here. So this is the original photo, and this is the edited version of like my filter and stuff. And then I'm gonna show you what I did with this one, and also it's gonna include the app that I'm talking about with the scratchiness. Okay, so the first app you can use for scratchiness, which is one that I mentioned before, is AFTERLIGHT. I actually have AFTERLIGHT 2, which is this one right here. I don't know if there's much difference, to be honest, but so if I open up that photo, with this one, if you, hello, what just happened there? That was weird. So if I open up this photo, so if you go down to the bottom here and click this one here, this little like 2 circle thing, and then go dust, then you have all the dust scratchy effects options. You can, let me put it on one that you can see quite clearly, hold on. Let me put it on that one. Okay, so can you see that white spot there? So it's got like scratches, like you can see over here. You can also make it black. That's why I really like this one, because sometimes I like to use the black scratchy effect if it's on like a white photo. Like, not a white photo, that's the wrong description. If you're taking a photo and you've got like a plain white background that's really boring, and it can sometimes look a bit too harsh on your page if you usually don't have like plain white background photos. So I think the black scratchy is a really great one to use. You have like, you can turn them around. So this one's the one that's like a scratch. You can see that going like all the way through. You can click on it so you can see where it's going. Obviously you can make it white as well, so you can see it there. So there's quite a few on here to choose from. My favourite ones are this one, because I really like the hair. I like this kind of hair stroke thing it has. Can you see? Like, you can't really see it on this image very well there. So I do really like that one. I like number 3. I mean, to be honest, there's a lot. 3 and, what number was that? 3 and 5, is it? Yeah, and my faves. So that's AFTERLIGHT. But then you can also, it's also good to layer them. So let's actually add number 3. Number 3. And let's just bring it down a little bit, so say 40, 40. So you can see it has added a little bit in the corner there. So let's save it like that. So I do think it's good to layer, so save. The new one that I use, which I really like, is this app here called Analog Film. So you open it up, I use Seal, how do you say that? It's a country, right? Seal? I don't know, that's how you say it. This is the one I use. So open the image, so I'll open the one we just did, so it's got the layered effect on it. Select, then you go down to the like adjustment thing, and then you go to this one right here. Oh, this one right here, so like the end one, did you see? Hold on. So this one, bottom row, far end. And then you have all these options. These are much more intense, and you can't make them black, which is annoying, but they're much more intense, as you can see, like that's intense. You can obviously bring it down. The one I loved so much in this one, which is the one I used for this photo, is this one. It's got like the lines on it. I think it's really freaking cool. And also I think it's different, like I haven't really seen many people use it. It's this one. No, it's not, it's this one. So you can see it's got like the lines. I think it's so cool. Obviously I didn't use it this harsh. I brought it down to, I don't even remember, maybe about there. Yeah, maybe about there. Like, I think that looks so cool now. It gives it a really cool vintage film vibe. It gives it a little something extra, and it just makes it a bit more of a cool photo rather than just a photo of my lips, you know? So that is that. Right, then you can also go into InShot, and if you wanted to go to photo, and if you wanted to give it like a convex edge with the RGB edge, so go into the photo, wow, loading, and then you go to filter, effect, and convex. You see it kind of blurs the edge. You can also adjust this as well, so like that, so it just gives it a slight like effect at the edge. Can you see, like before, after? Sorry if I keep fiddling with my hair, I've just washed it, so it's like feels really like clean and fluffy and annoying. Yeah, so you can bring it down, you get this kind of like, I don't know what you'd even call this, to be honest, but I do it quite often, especially on my stories, and you guys always ask, this is what it is. But you can, I mean, there's loads of effects on here. JPEG, can you see that's giving it a slight kind of effect to it. I'm showing this one because I'm hoping that most of you do have InShot, because I also use it and I've mentioned it quite a lot in my Insta story videos. So I'm just showing you that don't forget, like you can use this for photos. There's obviously like star, you can see it's put like stars on it. I probably wouldn't use that one. The other one I do like is, I mean this is cool, right? I wouldn't post this, but it's quite cool. To have just like, oh like that. I think that's actually really quite cool. But yeah, I wouldn't post something like that personally, but it is cool. Okay, you have glitch, which is going to give it a whole glitch effect. You can see, you can make it like this, like this. Like there's lots of options here if you just use the scrolly bar. Like that's pretty cool. And there's also, where is it? RGB, which is probably the best one I would say, in my opinion, for a photo. Again, you can bring it down and it kind of almost changes the colour. So if you had a purple theme, then like this would be freaking bomb for your page. But yeah, you can move it around, so that's more greeny red, that's more yellow purple, more green. Bring it all the way down, it's just got a slight pink purpley tinge to it. So that one's really, really good as well. So let me save that. Okay, and then you can also use, which I've spoken about before, is the glitch app. I used to use this all the time. I haven't used it in ages. No. Okay, so photo. Let's not go to that one. Let's go to this original. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay? What is going on? Okay, that's an effect. I don't know what that was. So you can tap your finger to however you want it. Like obviously you can do it quite a lot or not so much. You just have to kind of play with this one, the glitch one, to see where you like it. Like that's quite cool. But yeah, you just have to kind of play and see where you like it, because it can get a bit crazy. That's quite cool. The other one that's good on here is channels. This one's really good because you can do this and just like pause it where you want it to say. This is like, some people find this hard because they didn't understand what you actually have to do. Is, so you can go like this, and then when you see what you want, you click next, and then it will save it like that, and then you can save the image with that on it. So let's just do another one. You can go this way, it could be quite cool on this photo. It seems like there's actually, I haven't used this app as I said for a long time, and there is some new ones on here. Screen's also good because you can move it like this and then let it just relax a bit, and then when you like it, click next. That's cool. So yeah, does that make sense? Like when you like it, you click next and then it will save that image. VHS is quite cool, but it's quite hard to get it right because it's very full on. This one's quite cool. This one's really good for Insta stories, but if you wanted it just for this, then you could just do it like that. It's quite cool, it's a bit trippy, it's quite cool though. This one I used to use all the time, so you would just save wherever you want it, but it's quite, as you can see, quite like, it's desaturated the photo a lot. Okay, so that is the other app I would recommend for this kind of thing when you just want to make your photo look really cool. The other one I would say you can do is the Hoochie Cam. I feel like you all know about the Hoochie Cam, but just in case you don't, this is what it is. So you can actually, if you've got the pro version, which I do have, you can just import the photo, so you don't have to take it with the app. So you just go to import, and let's maybe do the original one. And then you can choose what you want. So date from photo, let's go for that. Random light effects you can put on or off. And then let's try what that looks like. So you can do light effects on or off. Okay, so that looks like that, which is quite cool. It's not my style, but if you like this kind of vintage vibe thing, then definitely would work for you. So I'm also just going to show an example of what I was talking about with the white background. I took this photo, but as you can see, the background's pretty plain. So I wanted to add some like dark graininess to it. So I put it in Afterlight and I went to dust. I haven't posted this yet. Maybe I'll post this for this video. But so I think I definitely added the one I like with the hair. Where is it? There. So let's make it black. And then I just rotated it. So you can see the hair up there. Can you see? So there it is. How fucking weird. I'm like, ooh, look at hair. So yeah, it's up there. And then you can save that. And then you can actually go back on and layer. So then maybe I could add this one. That one's not really doing that much. What about this one? That one is quite cool. Can you see that shadowing at the top? That could maybe work. Let's just layer a few on. Why not? Let's go for it. So it gives it that darkness at the top there. That looks cool. I like that. I think I'm going to go with that one. So this is what it looked like before. It's pretty clean and fresh, which obviously if you like that vibe, you're probably not watching this video. But after, it looks like this. It's just a bit darker. It's a bit more gritty and a bit more aged looking. So yeah, I also put this through the Kirakira app, which is why the crown is doing these sparkles. The last app to talk about is Snow, which I think I have spoken about before. So I open the photo in Snow, edit, and you go to this little like smiley face in the corner, and this is where all the filters are. There's so many on here, I can't even tell you. I usually do go to new first because it's quite cool that they put new ones on all the time, so it's just nice to have a look. Like this one I used the other day, which is really cool. So you could, if you wanted, just use that as a photo, and you could save it like that, and it would save obviously with the record button and the battery sign on it, which is quite cool. But also ones to use, if you go to camera, is where they have the most options really. For photos, I would say. So the ones I like on here, that one's pretty cool with the date, but it is cropped it a little bit because it's given it this frame. But you could obviously crop the frame out if you wanted, but it's cut off my eyes, so I probably wouldn't use that one. That's quite cool if you wanted like rainbows, but again, it's cropped it. So you just have to be careful with this one. That's really cool, but again, it's cropped it. I feel like I'm always looking down in these videos, I'm really sorry. But the ones I do really like on here are this one, I think it's cool. I used to use this one quite a lot. So it looks like that, so you get the date. Obviously with this particular photo, that would cover up my eyes, so I wouldn't use that for this one. And then this one's quite cool as well. It gives it more of a kind of almost black and white feel to it. I feel like I could go on and on with these ones, guys. There's so many to choose from on here. Like there's loads. So have a play with Snow. There's honestly, like you can see, like I'm just on camera and there's all of those. Like there's so many to choose from on here, like it's unreal. Like that's pretty cool. Like I would definitely consider that. So let's save that one. So that's all the apps that I have to show you on apps I use to kind of just like jazz your photo up a bit, or if the photo's a little bit boring, or if you've got a lot of negative space that you want to fill with something extra, then these are the kind of apps that I use for that. I do also use these a lot for Insta stories, and the main ones I do use is obviously the grainy effect or the scratches I really like. Oh, I didn't show you that scratch that I like. So the one I used in this photo, you can see like this big scratch here, and it's also got a little scratch down the bottom and stuff. This was on the analog app, so this app. So I'll just show you which one it was. Oh. So you go into dust again, and it is this one? Yeah. I mean, it's hard to tell because I've added two, but it's that. Can you see that in the corner? So yeah, it's that one. I actually just flipped it for this picture, so it went more over there. But it is in this app as well. So those are all the apps I have to show you guys. I hope you find this video helpful. Tag me in your photos if you use any of these apps to create your images, or also tag my other account, which is 24inspo, because if they're freaking bomb, then I will repost them on that page as filler photos. If they're photos of your your face or your outfit, I'm less likely to repost it on that page, because that page is for filler photos, which I've done a whole video on. But yeah, if it's like a cool shot of like a close-up of your hand, or like a coffee shot, or anything where it's not personal to you, then you can tag 24 Inspo as well, and I look through all of them as much as I can. So yeah. But there's everything for this video, guys. I hope you liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.